Yo, I'm Nez, and I'm dropping another impromptu review on y'all. And I've kind of been waiting to do this for a while. I've been sitting on this. You know what? I'll explain to it as I get into it. Let's just go right into the review. What we're doing a review of today is the BAM. I know it says Hubsan on it. Yes, it is a drone review, but right now you're looking at a generic box. But what we're actually doing a review of is the Hubsan Zino Mini Pro or Mini Zino Pro. I think it's the Zino Mini Pro. Basically, it's one of those drones that's below the 250 gram mark. That so that way anyone can fly it anywhere. So we'll discuss more about that as we get into the review. So why not just get the cracking on getting this box open and let's get into this. Oh wait, before we get into this, I want you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button underneath and also hit that notification bell so that way you can be notified whenever we put out videos such as these. And if you're feeling this video, why don't you give me a thumbs up, and if you wouldn't mind hitting that share button so that we can let people know about the content that I put out. It would help me and the channel out immensely. Now that we got all the politics out the way, let's get into that. All right, so let me get into this box right quick, see what we're working with. I did get this off of eBay, so we'll see. It did say it was new, so like I said, we'll see. Okay, box in a box, and it is the Zino Mini Pro. Inside that box was this and a USA adapter. So I imagine the plug that's in there for their charger is European or maybe Chinese, who knows, but they did provide the adapter, so that's good. So now let's get that one open. Real quick before we go any further, let's just go around the box. This is the front of the box, obviously. That's what it looks like. On that part of the box, you got the Hubsan branding. This side of the box, you got some stuff there. You can pause it and read that if you like. Got a little QR code situation down there. You can scan those, see where it takes you. Okay. On the bottom, you got nada. On this side, you got another QR code. You got your barcode there. It says what it is. Zino Mini Pro, 64 gig, one battery. Got a big QR code you can scan, see where that takes you. Sharpen that up for you. Information right there, another QR code. It just packed their QR codes all over the place, and they want you to scan them. And here goes the back. Got a whole bunch of stuff in some type of Chinese, I believe. I'm not sure if it's Mandarin or not, but if you're out there and you can speak it, and you wouldn't mind translating, please do so. Some more. And that's what the drone looks like folded up, and their controller. So now let's get into this box. Okay, when you open the box, on this side it says remote control, so you lift it up and we have our remote control here. Bong, that's what it looks like. Put the antennae out, facing in a direction where you want it to, your drone is going. You got your toggles here. That side, you got some venting over there. Got some triggers up top. Some wheels, function buttons. Got your power button, your return to home button, and FNS. I'm not sure what that means yet. On here, you got your micro USB port so you can charge it up. And then you pull this out, and this is where you put your phone. That's good enough for a phone, but you can't fit a tablet in there. But I have something I'm going to be reviewing next to quell that situation for my tablet. And in here you have your little joystick. Your little joystick things. You pull them out, screw them in. Bong. So I'm just going to leave that in there for now. until we're ready to do stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get into the rest of this while I have it charging. But real quick, I just want to show you what it looks like when it's charging. When you plug it in to charging, it actually literally says charging scrolling across the top of the remote there. And I guess that little flashing circle in the upper right hand corner here shows you how much until it's done. I imagine that's what it is. I'm not sure. I may have to read the instructions to find out what everything is about, but that's what we got so far. So let's get back into the drone. Okay, got some literature. Okay, your little inspection sticker. Don't care about that. Some literature. For now, I'm gonna say I'm not reading that. You know how I do. We'll figure it out. Over here, take this side out right here. And okay, this is the supposed to be like the guard that goes on the bottom of the drone. This adds a couple extra grams to push it over that 250 mark. But you take this off, and then your drone is below the 250. I believe it's at 249. So with this on, I believe it goes up to like 58 or something like that. Not sure. Don't quote me on it, but that's what that is. And down here, we got, looks, not exactly sure what that is, but you could plug it in. It says mini on it. I don't think it's a battery. I hope it's not a battery. This thing's small. I don't know what that is. We'll figure it out. Got your wires and cords. You got your USB-A to micro USB cord there. You got your, okay, this is for charging the remote, I imagine. You got your USB-A to micro USB for the to connect your phone to your drone if your phone uses USB. I mean micro USB, I should say. You got a little Phillips head screwdriver here that it comes with. Some extra knobs, remote control knobs. A couple extra props. Okay, no, okay, sorry. These are the cords that go to that plug into your phone from the remote control. You have 3 here. One is micro USB to USB-C, micro USB to Lightning, Apple Lightning, and then micro USB to micro USB. So that's the situation there. Throw all that crap back up in here. Put that to the side. And now for the pièce de résistance. We got the drone, baby. Nothing else. Put that to the side. And this bad boy is small. A lot smaller than I thought it would be. Wow. So this is what 249 grams, or a little over a half a pound, looks like. Alright, well, let's wait and let's get into it. Okay. I had to take a look around it for a little bit just to try to orient myself as to what this is all about. Okay, so this is the front of your drone. Right there, your 2 optical avoidance sensors for the front. You have your optical avoidance sensors on the bottom and your optical flow sensors, and also an LED light to, light up underneath to help the optical flow sensors work. Back, you have 2 optical avoidance sensors in the back. This is your battery right here. You pull your battery out, slides out just like that. That's what it looks like on the inside. I figured out that this is the battery charger. You basically slide that on like so. Make sure you have to line it up perfectly. You want to get those pins lined up perfectly in there. So right off the bat, that's my first complaint, is that they didn't just come up with an easier way to do it. But the good thing about it, the way this is designed, it could, you charge it right here in a micro USB port, and right there you plug in your USB cord. You can use this as like a rescue charger or something like that. I believe this is 20 something hundred milliamps. What is it? It says it should say right on it. 7.2 volts, 3000 milliamps. Okay, so that's even better. So this is rated for 40 minutes of flight time. From a lot of videos that I've watched, people are saying that you're consistently getting about 33 minutes, about 32, 33 minutes, which is still great. The distance on this is 10 kilometers, or if you're an American, that's about 7 miles, give or take. Right here, you got your 3-axis gimbal up front. Make sure you take the plastic protective cage off. That's just for when you store it, just to protect the gimbal. Your 3 axis goes left, right, up, down, side to side. Make sure you also, there's a piece of plastic on the front of the camera. Make sure you also pull that off, because those 4K, I imagine that you'll be upset when you start taking some videos and you realize that your videos are all cloudy because all hazy because of that plastic on there. So now you see the gimbal works well. Here goes the side over here. Let's see if you can focus in on that. Alright, I don't know what that's for. I don't know if that's so you can pair my drone up. Not exactly 100% sure on that. Here's your power button back here. You got some vents for the battery, and that's where you plug up to get the files off the drone. There is no SD card in here. It has 64 gigs built in, which I'm a little bummed out about. I kind of wish that it, had a slot for an SD card, but it is what it is. With things they do to keep the price down and to keep the keep the drone light. Right on the side, it has 249 grams stamped on it. So should anyone find this because it falls out of the sky or something, or some type of official, I should say, they know right off the bat it's 249 grams. So that alleviates you from trouble. You just got to worry about getting your drone back. Got your Hubsan logo right on the top. I'm winging this, guys, just so you know. I'm sure you figured this out by now. I know nothing, very little to nothing about drones. I mean, this is probably my 4th one. I mean, I have a couple of simple drones. I got like a pocket. I got the pocket drone. I got the hover camera passport, and I had another Hubsan before that I started doing review on it, but all the files got corrupted, and I never filed that. I never published that video, and this was like 5 years ago. So here's my chance to redeem myself. So all right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mess around with this for a little bit. I mean, I would love to just give you a first flight, but I'm scared that my first flight's going to be my last flight. So I'm going to take maybe a first or second flight on my own to get used to using this, and then I'm going to come back in on maybe like a 3rd or 4th flight so you guys can actually see it and I can actually show you something good and maybe talk a little bit more about the capabilities of this. This has active following. Well, from a lot of videos that I watched, that there's still updates coming out with this, so some of the stuff doesn't work right out the box, but I believe the update that it's on right now is 1.4. I think that was just released like a couple days ago. So, and that makes it so that way you can actually take 48 megapixel stills on here, because right out the box you weren't able to take the 48 megapixel pictures, but now apparently you can. So that's puts it on par with any DJI, because I know the DJI Mini 2 takes 20 megapixel stills, so this one takes 48. So we'll see. And it does 4K 30, 2K 30, 1080p 60, 720, 120 frames per second. I can't stress how light this thing is. Oh yeah, underneath the little cage thing I was telling you about, this goes on here, so that way it has like a little, it's kind of like a little landing pad type situation. So you can leave that on there, or you can take it off. It really doesn't matter. But I mean, like I said, this is if if it's a weight situation you're concerned about, or snaps on some more, I think. If it's a weight situation, then you want to leave that off, and then without this part on the bottom, it's a true 249 grams. With this, it's like, with this on it, it brings it up to like 250. I mean, like, I should say like 260, I should say. You know, I think I'm going to put it on. It even goes on. I don't know. Should just snap right in. Oh, there we go. It's got the little holes there. There we go. See? That's what it looks like when it's on. Alright. So when it's sitting, when it's landed, it's not sitting directly on the sensors below. It's sitting on the cage there. So, alright. So when we come back in on the flip side, you know, I was trying not to have this be a long video, but it's probably going to end up being a long one because I just want to do this thing justice. Because like I said, I'm learning too. Apparently the motors on here are supposed to be good motors. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, I'm going to do some more research on this so that way I can give you as much information as possible on these. I can't stress enough that I am not a drone expert. I'm just somebody who's interested and looking to learn a lot more about them and, you know, possibly get into it. And right now I'm in the process of studying for my Part 107 certificate, so that way I could start, you know, doing stuff with, you know, drones and stuff. So we'll see where that goes. So but in the meantime, catch you on the flip. Hey, we back in. We're gonna check out this app portion. What I'm about to do is open up this Hubsan app on the tablet. Hit skip. All right, I got the, all right, I know it. I know all that stuff. I got the Zino Mini Pro. Enter device. How to pair device. Just do that. Power on the aircraft. Okay, so I have the aircraft here. And let's hit the back button right here to power on the aircraft. Hold it down. I did charge up the battery. What's the problem? Oh, don't tell me I did all this and I can't even. And the battery. Hold on, let me open this up. Maybe it's got to be open. I don't know. Now, power on the battery. Okay, a little technical difficulties. Let me try taking the battery back out and putting it back in. Drop that. My first scuff on the controller. Okay, I took the battery out. Put it back in. Oh, there we go. Now to put it back in. Now. Okay, maybe I'm not supposed to hold it. Let me just... Oh, maybe I'm supposed to press the button. Was that it? How do I power this bad boy on? Push the battery into the compartment with its line facing away from the unit. Connect the blue adapters. Nothing. The positive and negative next. Okay. Power on the device. This is very weird. First, let me take that camera off. Okay, I'm not sure. Am I supposed to? Let me go back. Okay, we back in. First, what I need to do is plug up the controller to the laptop, to the tablet, I should say here. So, bong. Okay, so now what I have to do is open the Hubsan app. And I'm at the spot where I'm supposed to be. So I have to, right now it says it's charging. Apparently my tablet's charging the remote. I don't know how that's happening, but whatever. So it says just short press and then long press. So Now it's loading up, and now it's saying to do the same thing for the drone itself. Do a short press and then a long press, and then it's gonna load up. All right, now we're in business. Okay, you see the gimbal going. Okay, my remote still says it's charging though. I don't know why it's doing that. That's weird. Okay, let's... Oh, okay. So, there it is. Let me open up the antennae. Okay, so it's got a whole bunch of stuff on the screen here. Oh, maybe I'll help if I pull the plastic off. Whole bunch of stuff on the screen here, as you can see. But the app is not recognizing. The current mode device does not control the... Let's try this again. Let me unplug it and then plug it back in and see if it recognizes it now. That's weird. It's not recognizing it. I'm telling you, if it's not one thing, it's another, right? Okay, I'm trying to do this with my tablet. I know they say they like to give you these warnings saying, oh, this app might not be optimized for your tablet, but you know, no one really pays attention to that crap. This is weird. It's not connecting to the app. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna try this with my actual phone and see if it's the actual tablet or if it's the phone. You know what? Let me start the screen recorder on my phone now, so that way I can pick up where I left off. Okay, so I have the screen recorder going on my phone now, so I'm going to unplug this tablet and plug into my phone and see if that makes a difference. Shouldn't. Nope, same message. Okay, so and I'm starting to think that it's the wire that I'm using. Okay, so that wire is not going to work with my tablet, with my case on my tablet. So what I'm going to have to do, now that I'm realizing, I stopped recording on that. Okay, I got to pull out the wire. This is the wire they actually want me to use, this little wire, but it's not going to be long enough for what I need to do. Unplug it. Unplug this portion into the controller, and let's see if I can get this to actually go in my tablet. I doubt it, not with this cover on here. Let's see, this will freaking go into the tablet. It's not long enough. So I'm going to have to remove the case off my tablet in order to use it, because nope. All right, let me pause all this and then come back in. Here we go again. Okay, we're back in. It's saying that it's slow charging. That means it's connected. Let me just click that off right there. I'm going to unplug and then plug it back in, so that way you can see that it is, you have to use their cord. Okay, so now that I used their cord, always okay, always okay. Now it might be coming down to a situation to where the tablet is not working with the tablet now. Yep. So now that we just verified that it's a tablet situation, now that I know we can't use a tablet, so I guess I'll be doing this video all over with my actual phone. Alright. Try one last time. Alright, let me try turning it off. And turning the drone off. Oh, I think the drone had already auto shut off. How nice of it. Okay, so let's do it again. Tap once and then hold it down. So now it's starting up. And we'll see how it works now with the whole startup sequence. Start the drone. Tap that, then press. Okay. Got everything starting up. Let's see what we're working with here. Okay, the remote control loaded up. And all this stuff is on there. I'm sitting there pressing buttons by accident. See, that's all loaded up. Open that down there. What's down there? Can you fit an SD card in the controller? No, not that it matters, but it's saying there's no satellites. Whatever ADDI means, I guess ADDI means, that's what I hear all the people talking about all the time. Let's try unplugging it from the controller and then plugging it. Wait a couple seconds. Now I'm plug it back into controller and see if that does anything. And with this, still nothing. So this, I'm convinced that you cannot use the tablet to do it, and it will have to be my actual phone. So I guess I will come back in on a flip and redo all this. Okay, we back in. So I don't know if you actually watched everything before. That's why I made sure I put it in the video so that way you can fast forward all of the troubleshooting parts, so you can get right to the part of me figuring it out. So if you watched everything before, you should know my frustration and my relief that I'm about to show you right now that I figured out everything. So pretty much I could only use my phone. It does not work well with tablets. You have the cord that came with it, with this little rinky-dink little 5/6 inch cord. I managed to find two different versions of this cord right here, this OTG data cord on Amazon. I'll put the links in the description down below. So we're gonna work with this one right here. We're gonna power up the remote, double tap, hold, and that's how you power on the remote. Same with the drone. You tap once to see what your battery life is, and then you double tap and hold the second tap until you see the lights light up, and then it'll go through all its motions, and then that'll start up, and then that'll do its thing where it starts to acquire satellites. So now that I have my drone on, my phone on, I'm actually using my phone because it does not work with tablets. I'm plugging it into my phone. Let that do what it do. We already know this part right here. I know it. Whoops, don't want tutorials. Go back home. Zino Mini Pro. Enter device. you can always search for your device. It'll give you the option to search for which drone you have. Obviously I have the Zino Mini Pro, so that's why I have to select it, enter device. And then it has some stuff you could read or whatever. And then you hit how to pair. And it just brings you to that screen right there. It tells you to power on the aircraft, you know, power on the device, all that stuff. Hit next. And then once you do that, it says everything goes well. It says connection succeeded. And then you just enter flight mode. So now you can't hear what it says. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of that and then go back in and do it all over. So that way I'm going to turn my earpiece off so that way you can hear what it says. So I turn my earpiece off, so now you'll be able to actually hear the drone. So let's come back in. All right. All right, so let's do that all over again. Enter, pair, blah, blah, blah.
It will turn on automatically after the aircraft takes off.
Okay, so
the gimbal is under protection. Please check if it is jammed.
You automatically get those.
The gimbal is under protection. Please check if it is jammed.
And that's going to be annoying.
The gimbal is under protection.
Because
please check if it is jammed.
I have the gimbal.
The gimbal is under protection. Please check if it is jammed.
Yes, I know.
The gimbal is under protection.
That is annoying.
Please check if it is jammed.
So.
The gimbal is under protection. Please check if it is jammed.
It is all.
The gimbal is under protection. Please check if it is jammed.
Okay, so now you hear my frustration. Let me get rid of that annoying sound because
jammed.
that's going to keep going.
The gimbal is.
Okay, we back in. I got rid of that annoying warning, which pretty much learn from my mistakes. Make sure you take the gimbal cover off before starting the drone up, because then you're going to get that annoying message on there. It's going to keep going. There's no way to stop it, and the only way to stop it is to restart the drone. So I had to go through all that. So obviously you saw the thing pop up when I first came into the app here to calibrate the drone. So I had to turn it clockwise, and then I had to face it down and turn it clockwise again, and then it calibrated. If you want to manually calibrate, you can always come here and click on compass calibration. It's just going to make you do it again. You can click on your horizontal calibration. All that stuff is automatic. Gimbal gyro calibration, same thing. I tried hitting that when I was getting an error message, and it still wouldn't work. The only way to fix it is to turn it off, turn it back on. So basically, this just gives you your little brief synopsis of everything. Once you start up the drone, you can just X out of that, and then that brings you back to this screen right here. And immediately tells you in order for save power that the camera is off. So the camera does not turn on until you actually launch the drone in the air. So we will not be seeing it in this part right here. The next scene, I'm going to actually launch the drone in the air, and then you'll see from there. But basically, I just want to go over the app real quick. Hit understood. So basically, just a few things on the app. Down here is the direction your drone is always facing, and center is you. So whenever you're seeing that flying, or you keep your, this is very important, this little square down there. Wherever you are, wherever which way your drone, whichever which way the point of this triangle is facing, that's where the drone is facing. So you're always center. So if you're flying and you see your drone triangle facing that way, that means the drone is moving away from you. So that's how you always find out how to get the drone back to you, no matter where you are. If you can't see, if you're if for some reason the camera feed goes out or something like that, you can always use that to get your drone back to you just by turning around. I mean, obviously you could just hit RTH. You can hit the RTH button, return to home button, and that'll do it too. But if you want to manually fly it, or for some reason the return to home button's not working right, just click on that. Right here, that's your launch button and your return to home button. Right here, that's your obstacle avoidance button. Right now, the menu is going to keep popping up. The arrow is going to keep popping up because I don't have it on. Right here, you have all your little, quick shots. If you are a DJI owner, you know what that is. They're essentially the same thing. They're just little things you could do. You got normal mode, hyperlapse, waypoints, orbit, follow mode, create a video, and line fly. So we're not doing any of that right now. Weak GPS signal, obviously, because I'm inside. Over here, you have your zoom button for your camera. This is to move your camera up and down to, to face it. If you wanted to face it, point the camera up or down, these two arrows right here. And obviously 1x, you can go from 1x to 2.8x or something like that, or 2 point something x. This is your toggle button to switch between camera and video. And then that's your button to actually take a picture or actually start your video. Down here, that's the temperature of your drone. You always want to make sure that that's yellow or green. If that ever gets red, that means you're too hot. So try to land as soon as possible. But usually, as long as you're moving, you're getting air flowing through your drone. You shouldn't have that issue. Right now, it's sitting still, so it's at 69 degrees. So, I mean, after a while, it's going to turn red. Here, right there, that's you press that button right there. That's to, if, like, for some reason, if your horizon is off, you can adjust your horizon level with that button there. I generally don't mess with that. I just leave it as is. And then here is, you go in here to set your camera settings and stuff like that. Right now I have it on auto. If you want to change some of those manually, just hit M for manual, and then you can play with all those numbers there. I usually just leave it on auto, let them do it. Then you could do single shot, continuous shooting, time photo, panoramic photo. Then you could shoot in JPEG or RAW. I just leave it in JPEG. Wait, come back in there. Oh, I got to, in order. You can change all these settings also. I'll leave it in HDR on sunny days, but if you want to shoot in 48 megapixel photos, you got to turn HDR off, because you can't have both on together. Night mode, obviously, you click on night, and then it'll make the camera better at night. Blah blah blah. All these, you can play with all this stuff. They're there, and then I'm gonna switch it to video. I got to come out first. Come out, switch to video, and it's not letting me because the camera's not on, so I can't really do that. But pretty much the same settings for video. You'll be able to see if you want to shoot in like 1080p, 720, 2.4K, or 4K. How many frames per second, and all those little video shooting. The little video shooting modes. So down here you have your speed in your settings. You could change that to either miles per hour, meters per second, whatever kilometers per hour, however you want to do it. Your H is for your height. That's how high you're flying up. D is for your distance away from you. So whatever that number is, that's how far the drone is actually away from you, and obviously that's how high it is over your head. In order to do any of these special functions over there, you gotta be at least, it says you gotta be at least 15 feet up or 5 meters in the air. But from my experience, if you're exactly 15 feet, it still doesn't work. You have to be at least 18 feet. So you have to be at least 6 meters in the air. I know that says you have to be 5, but in all reality, you got to be at least 6 in order to get any of those functions to start working. A couple more things I just want to show you real quick. I forgot to show you this. Now that's going to start. Oh, I hit a button. Okay. When you come into the options right there, you have all your different settings. Your settings for your waypoints. You click on that, and you can set your waypoint settings there. Your compass, all that stuff. I showed you that before. If you want to do obstacle avoidance, once you get the update, right out the way, you're not going to have obstacle avoidance. You're going to have to update your drone to get obstacle avoidance, but right out the box, you're probably not going to have it. You always want to make sure you hit bypass whenever you do obstacle avoidance, because you can put it on brake, and what'll happen is if it comes up on the obstacle, it's just going to stop and hover there. But bypass, when you have that set, that'll actually make it go around the object, or try to figure out a way to go either over it or around it or something like that. So then you have anti-wind mode. Anti-wind makes it fly better in the wind. However, you lose your gimbal when you do that. So you're not going to have as stable a video, but it will handle the wind a lot better. Bear with me. Like I said, I'm still learning all this stuff. Your return to home altitude. I have mine set for 70, so 70 meters, so 210 feet. So whenever I click on return to home, it's always gonna raise the drone up to 70 meters or 210 feet, and then it's gonna fly back home to make sure it's above all the trees. Even though I know that in my area there's no trees really above 100 feet, but I can't account for any like water towers. I can't account for any water towers. Now what is that noise? There's always some kind of noise, huh? Isn't there? Oh, the drone turned off. Okay, that was just the drone turning off. All right. I can't account for any water towers or anything like that, so I always make sure that's high enough. You check your area. You could just do a little Google search to try to find out what the tallest things in your area is, and just make sure your return to home is set higher than that. Down here, you click on that button right there. You have this information here. Not really. GPS safe takeoff for flight safety aircraft needs a good GPS signal, blah blah blah. You have that on, and that's always going to make sure you have like 12 satellites before you take off. If you don't need that, if you're good at flying a drone yourself, you can just turn that off so that way you can take off right away. But as long as that's checked on, your drone will never take off unless you have at least minimum 12 satellites. I know in the instruction books, I think it says 9, but the app won't let you do it unless you have 12. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off because it is kind of annoying. Then you have your hyperlapse automatic enhanced videos. You might want to keep that on. Come down here. Oh, wait. Joystick settings. You can set your joysticks one or two ways there. Like that. That's mode 2, which I keep it on. Or you can go to mode 1, which is that. I'm going to put it back to mode 2 so I don't forget. I don't know if you saw a difference there. Then you have these settings here. And then over there, FPV low latency. I have that on. So if you're having issues with the video, you can always turn that off. So that's just, there. Then you have your gimbal speed. In other words, your gimbal speed is basically how fast your gimbal moves when you go to adjust, which direction you're pointing it, how fast it'll go. The pitch smoothness, if you want to be smooth or jerky. The gyro calibration, we already talked about that. Advanced settings, there's that stuff. You can read that for yourself. I'm trying to just get through this. Like I said, a lot of this stuff I really don't know. I'm still learning, so just bear with me. You click on that button right there, and then you have these settings here. I'll just let you pause it and read it. Once I start learning a lot of this stuff, I'm gonna come back and go over a lot of these things. Or I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other videos out there of people talking about this type of stuff. All right. Looks like you could pick between Google Maps or whatever. Mainland China. If you're flying this drone in China, you have their maps. I have mine in night mode. Aircraft location is always shown at the center of the map. Yep, that's where I was telling you about how when you look at the little square at the bottom left hand of your screen, how center is always you. That's what that is. You can turn that off. Let's see. Someone trying to call me, telemarketer. Latitude, longitude coordinates, I have that turned off. I don't need that displayed on there. And then here just gives you some basic information about your battery voltage and stuff like that on the drone, which the drone is off right now, so it's not going to show you any of that. But that's where you would see that stuff there, see how hot it is, all that stuff. And then the last one down here, if you want, if you want to do a live streaming, which I highly, I don't suggest that. You can do it through YouTube. The reason why I don't suggest that because it's illegal, at least in the United States, it's illegal to do live drone streaming. They want to make sure that no one's like filming anything they're not supposed to be doing. They're doing it live, so people are seeing it that's not supposed to see it before it's taken down. So at least, when you post a video, they have algorithms in YouTube or a lot of the social medias that will detect anything that you're not supposed to be filming, and they'll block it from being shown or remove it automatically. So if you're live streaming, obviously there's no way for it to detect that until after the live streaming is done, which could be too late. So that's why in the United States, I don't think you're allowed to live stream while filming a drone, and while flying a drone, I should say. You have your automatic screen rotation, which I have that off. Device list will pop up automatically after detection, blah, blah, blah. Novice guide versions. This is the version I'm on. I'm on version 1.1.7 for the controller. And it doesn't say what the version of the aircraft is because the aircraft is off. But the version of the aircraft, I just updated to 1.4.3. So, and that's pretty much, and then my serial number down there, which you'll need to see that. So pretty much on your controller, you have, I keep hitting buttons, you have your similar information, you show your satellites. If you connected, you would see how many satellites there, but the drone is off. You got your upper right hand corner here, you got the power, that's how much power it is on the control that you have left on your controller. You got your distance right here, you got your height right here, and the way your drone is like kind of like yawing, you know, that information's right there. How fast you're going right there on here, it's in millimeters per second. I don't know how to change it to miles per hour on there, but on the controller's meters per second. So on the app you could change it to miles per hour. And that's obviously your bars, how well your controller is connected to your drone. So that way, obviously, the more the bars go down, the sketchier the your feed's going to be. Obviously, your joysticks, you return the home button, you have to press and hold that. Don't be like me, I'm just sitting there tapping it, it's not returning the home. And I realize I have to actually tap and hold it for it to come to home. Obviously, your power button, and then your function button, you can program. Your FNS, I'm not exactly sure what you do with that button. I got to look into that. Okay, right here, you have your button to change whether you want to pick photos or videos. That's your toggle, photo video toggle there. This is your zoom, your camera pitch. You switch your camera up and down with that right there. And then you have your actual take your picture or hit record button once you decide which one you want to do. If you have it on camera, obviously press that and it'll take a picture. If you have it on record, and you hit that button, it'll start recording. And then your function button, you program that to do several different things. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but as soon as I figure it out, I'll let you guys know. But right off the bat, it's automatically set to bring your swing your gimbal up to level with the drone. So if you press that button, no matter how you have your drone, it'll automatically swing it up to level with the drone. So I find that handy when I'm trying to just bring the drone up real quick to see how tall the trees are. And then so that way I can actually see where the trees level with the drone and determine how high the trees are. So that's a good nifty trick to do. Just, get an idea of how tall the trees are in the area that you're in. All right. Now that I went through all that, it's, long video. Like I said before, I apologize. And let's go out and take it for a fly. So catch you on the flip. Okay, we're gonna try to do this again. It's a little chilly out here, so put my hood on. We're in the Hubsan app, and I guess let's just take it for a run. Go up. Let's try bringing the camera down some. Now that I got it moving faster. All right, let's just go up. Bring the camera all the way down, as you can see, 77 feet. I'm gonna go up a little further. Let's go up to about, 200 feet, maybe. That's where I know I'm well above the trees. Okay, 200 feet. Let's get a look around. All right, you know what? Let's take a ride down the street, I guess.
The current environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety.
Okay, it's telling me that we have strong wind speeds. So we got 90% battery. I'm gonna just let it hover a little bit. This bad boy's kind of fighting the wind a little. But all right, it stopped blowing. So keep going.
The current environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety. The current environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety.
Okay, so let's try going this way a little bit. Bring it back over. Now let's try going up the street. There we go. That's what I want to do. Okay. It's taking a ride down the street.
The current environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety.
Okay, kind of move over to the left. This is my first real flight. I finally got some nice weather to fly this bad boy in, and I'm just trying to get some flight. There's people doing illegal K-turns in the middle of the road.
The current environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety.
I probably shouldn't even be up here right now. This bad boy is really fighting the wind, but we're gonna try. I'm gonna try to get some footage.
The current environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety. The current environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety.
Okay, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to put this in sport mode and try to figure out.
The current environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety.
This is giving you a little idea of what my neighborhood looks like.
The current environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety. The current environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety.
That's the street that runs behind mine. Let's get the camera facing down a little
bit. The current
bit.
environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety.
That's the house that my wife likes right there. That weird looking house with the double pitched roof. She likes that style of house. All right. Yes, let's come on back home. Oh, okay. So I was flying into the wind before. Now I'm flying with the wind because this bad boy is moving now. See, I'm really moving now. So that was pretty good. There, I was doing pretty good. See, that's my house right here. You can see me moving around on the deck right there. Down, if you look down below. Let's put the camera down a little bit. Turn towards me and zoom in. That's me moving around the deck. Walking around the deck. All right, let's see if we can get some more footage here. Just bring the camera back out, move the camera up. And at least try to go to my corner down there. Now that we know that this is the way that the wind is blowing. And this bad boy is moving now. Hands are freezing. So these things are pretty cool to have, you know. I mean, I have to honestly say that I never even would have thought of having something like this. I mean, like I said, I have other drones, but this is crazy. Going down to my corner, over to where the pharmacy is. This bad boy is moving. Okay, got a little stuttering on the video here. Hope I don't mess around and lose video. Let's hover for a little bit. That's the Y intersection, and there's the church that we go to right there.
The current environment has strong wind
Bring the
speed.
camera up
Please
so you can
pay
see.
attention to flight safety.
That's the church we go to right there. Zoom in on that. Okay, there's a lake over here. Should be a lake over there. Oh, I never even noticed that before. What is that? Where am I? Oh yeah, that's Immaculate Conception. But we got a lot of stutter on this app. I hope the video that's recording is not stuttering like that. Let's bring the camera up so I can see. You should see the... I don't know why the camera is going all the way up. I don't like the fact that it just automatically just fucking bottoms all the way out. I don't like that it's doing that. See, now I'm literally just tapping the up or down, and it's just going all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's try to bring the camera up some so I can see where the hell I'm at. Got 68% battery. Keep an eye on that. My next video, I'm going to have to try to do waypoints or something like that, so I can have this thing fly for me. See, now it's going all the way to the top again. I don't want it to go all the way to the top. Let me zoom out. See, I do not like this at all. Come on, baby. Let me see what we doing at. What we doing? Okay. Okay, I see where I'm at now. Okay, I'm still at the... Well, I never moved from the corner, but I'm trying to face towards the lake over there so you can see the lake. There we go. There we go. It's like the range on this is okay, but whenever it's like every little tap you make, it like moves so much. So you gotta like... So let's try to bring the camera down a little bit. And then I'm gonna fly over the lake. Got a couple of houses on the lake there. This lake is frozen. So this is what's coming back to my, as you see, it's stuttering and everything. This is what's coming back to my phone. But hopefully the video recording on the camera is a lot better. As you're seeing down the app right there, it's blowing a lot. What I will say is doing a great job of keeping the video smooth though. But we'll definitely get a better look at that once we get the actual footage from the camera on this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn this bad boy back around and come home. Let's see where I'm at here. Okay, I see church now. This thing is just the response on this, because of the feed that's coming back to my phone. I'm not really seeing it as it happens, like a delay. So I know a lot of people aren't really talking about the delay there, so I'm just trying to inch it over so I can see which direction I'm coming back to my house. I'm trying to get the little arrow pointing towards me, so without overshooting it. See, I overshot it. So you're trying to see the arrow in the bottom left hand corner, trying to get the drone pointing towards me so I could just do a straight shot to me. All right, now full steam ahead directly to me.
To flight
Still
safety.
1,000 feet away. Coming.
The current environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety.
Now that looks like that's Adirondack right there.
The current environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety.
Let me try to get the camera facing down a little bit more without overkilling it. Okay, I'm close enough now where I can actually get the camera to actually work the way it's supposed to work. My hands are freezing. Okay, now I can actually see some houses and see where I'm at. Okay.
The current environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety.
Okay, there I am on the deck right there. And now that we got the wind behind us, let's go down the street like I intended on doing. You're flying ahead over me now. I'm looking at it. This drone is moving. Miles an hour. 12 miles an hour, so everybody sees you. There go the mailman.
The current environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety.
Alright. Take a look at some of these houses right here
behind me. The current environment has strong wind speed. Please pay attention to flight safety.
come back. That's the VFW behind me. That VFW is literally behind me. All right. Let's head back. Let's come back here. That's me right there. Get it directly over me, and then I'm gonna start coming down. All right. Start facing the camera down so you can see where we're at here. Make sure I'm not over any trees when I come down. I'm gonna go take a look at my kid's window. Trying to make sure I'm not over any power lines when I come down. Bring the camera up as I come down. Bring the camera up. My kids can look out the window and see me. You know, maybe I should go around to the front of my house just to make sure I won't hit anything. Okay. Yeah, kids ought to get a Oh, my son sees it. That's my son. Look how happy he is. He's like, what the hell is that?
Low battery warning. The drone is under return to home soon.
See if my daughter, if she's in the window looking. Nope. My daughter's not in the window looking. It's moving around. Well, my daughter's not there. Go back to my son's window. from the backyard. My drone is, my phone is beeping here. See, look down at me. See if we could do a active track. Is there an active track on here?
Low battery warning. The drone
Cancel.
is under return to home soon.
No. That's literally fighting the wind here. I don't know how to... Oh, follow mode. Duh. Follow mode, active track. Oh, I guess not enough. Battery low. Can I do GPS? No? Or because it's below. Oh, they forbade it. Okay. All right, well, that's enough on this. I'm just gonna go ahead and land it back on my deck where I was before. I'm gonna finish out this video. Put the camera up some. You can see me.
Low battery warning. The drone is under return to home soon. Return to home. Refresh the return point. Please mind the return position. FPV has been turned off. It will turn on automatically after the aircraft takes off.
Well, my what's-it-called beeping. My handset's beeping. I don't know what that means. Oh, you know what? Let me hit the function button. Boom. You just hold down the function button and that makes that beeping stop. That's beeping because the drone battery was low, below 20%. So, bung. So this was my first flight. I really like this thing, and I'm gonna have a bunch of videos to follow using this bad boy. So that way, as I learn things, I'm gonna do videos to show you how to do things. So, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there like me who haven't a clue how to do this type of stuff, but we gonna learn together. So I know this has already been a long and drawn out review, but what I'm going to try to do while you just watch this footage right here is summarize my thoughts and my take on this drone. All right. First of all, I'm going to say it's a really good drone for the price. I'll put the links in the description down below so you can see exactly what the price is as of this video. I've noticed that because I started this video a while ago, and I'm just behind on everything, but it's changed in price several times. I mean, when changed it lowered in price. For the you can get the actual Fly More package for, I'm going to say, $50 more than what I actually paid for the regular regular price that I paid. So the price has come down significantly since I've had it. So, but like I said, it's a really good drone for the price. I mean, it works very well. When setting up, you must either use the cable provided or special OTG cables designed for drone controllers. I have a couple that I've used, a couple that I actually use. I'll put the links to those in the description down below also. Not any cables will work. Trust me, I have so many different types of USB to USB-C cables and all that type of stuff, and I've tried at least 20 or 30 different ones, and none of them work. None of it just keeps saying that USB disconnected, USB disconnected, and it's very annoying. But I did some research. And and you would think that Hubsan would sell a longer cable. I don't know why I don't know why anyone ships a drone with a 6-inch cable. I mean, that's unusable. I mean, no one, everyone has large phones now. So and everyone uses like matter of fact, a lot of people even use tablets. So in order to use tablets, it won't fit in the regular RC mount that they provide. That they provide you, the amount of space they provide you in their controllers. So you have to get one of those adapters, and then one of those adapters usually have your tablet or large phone sitting above the controller, which that 6-inch wire, that the cable that they send you doesn't work. So you have to get a longer one. And trust me, none of them work, but I found 2 that does. I found that the ones that say that work for the DJI, because DJI, I mean, that's a whole nother thing, but they make things a little bit simpler, mainly because they've been in the game longer than a bigger name in the game. So they try to make it easy for people to spend your money on their stuff. But the generic cables that you see on Amazon and stuff like that, if they say DJI compatible, they'll work with Hubsan too. It's just a matter of finding the right connector for your phone. But like I said, down in the description down below, I threw the links. Okay, number 3. As of this recording, the Hubsan app right out of the box won't. Let me see how I can rephrase this. Unless they sent a new batch over, which I highly doubt right now because there's a war going on in Ukraine, and like the whole world's involved in that right now. So I doubt. I doubt that there's many shipments coming from China of new Hubsan drones at this point in time. So I imagine all the drones that are available that you can buy have the basic firmware on them, and right out the box. Though when you start flying the drone, you're gonna think the drone's a piece of crap that doesn't do anything that they claim that it does. You have to update the drone. Once you update the drone, you're going to find out that it's going to start doing a lot of the things that they claim. Right out the box, it does not. I watched another reviewer, and the best way that they describe it the best way to describe it when watching is that Hubsan, when they go through their quality checks and all the stuff, they pretty much are the difference between Hubsan and DJI. DJI, when they sell you a drone, it 95% works, so they leave room for 5% for updates and changes and upgrades and stuff like that. Whereas Hubsan, their motto is that if the drone is 80% functional, then they put it out to market, so that way they sell it. So what you're getting is a drone that's 80% ready. In other words, it flies, it does all the basic flying, so you can hook it up to your phone, connect it, fly it, and blah 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 blah. But any of the special advanced features and stuff like that, none of that stuff works at the box. But like I said, you do a simple update and it'll update you to the current firmware, and then you're good to go. Right now, literally just yesterday, I updated my drone to 1.4.3. I believe once you get to 1.4, that's where all the good stuff is. But then you have 1.4, then you have 4.1 and 4.2, and I'm at 4.3, which was just yesterday. So they update. Hubsan is really good at updating, and they update a lot. As of this recording, number 4, I should say, as of this recording, like that brings me back to what I was telling you about the cable, is that Hubsan does not support tablets. That's something that Hubsan needs to work on. But if you're looking to, to use your tablet with your drone, it's not going to happen. I've tried several different tablets and none of them work. They start to work, but then they freeze up and lock on you. The app just won't work on the tablet. So, I mean, you could try if you want, but I'm telling you right now, I literally tried it on 9 different tablets, and they're all pretty powerful tablets. And none of them, they all are glitchy. I mean, I have the most recent the Samsung Galaxy Tab, the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus, and if any tablet can handle it, that one can, and it doesn't work on that either. So, I already covered the update often. Features don't work. Oh, once it's in the air, it flies very well and it handles very well, and it handles gusts of wind pretty well. I flew it out with 29-mile-an-hour winds, and it will blow my drone, but the drone is pretty good at fighting it. It fights it pretty slow, but I mean, as long as you're under 30 miles per hour wind gusts, you're not going to lose your drone. I would say anything over that, it's going to be way too powerful and it'll probably just blow your drone away. So this drone is very light, so I wouldn't, if they're giving high wind warnings, I wouldn't take it out far because you will definitely lose your drone. But like I said, and make sure you do have a full battery whenever you're going to do it, because if it starts getting windy, you're going to need some battery for it to fight that wind. Good quality and stable video pics. The video pics, as you're seeing right now, it's really good quality. I watch a lot of reviewers and they talk about, this jelloing thing. I have plenty of different videos, as you'll see all my videos coming out after this, because I've already shot plenty of video reviews for this. I'm just waiting to put this one out, and then I'm going to start, dropping the other ones shortly after. But you're going to see there's no jelloing in any of the video and stuff like that. So you hear a lot of people talk about jelloing it. I mean, it might be something I'm not seeing, but I don't notice any jelloing. So I just think that's just, something that people just want to say just because they want to sound like everybody else, like they know what they're talking about. But whatever, I could be wrong. But as far as I see, all the video that I've recorded from this drone have been great quality videos. Everyone else that, around me, my family and friends that have looked at the videos, and they said it's good quality. So, I mean, and the pictures are all great. So, I mean, this drone does what it says it does. It gives you good video and good pictures. Now that I said that, here goes the part that I don't like. Getting the video off the drone it sucks. If you're going to get the video off the drone, do yourself a favor, plug it into your computer. Pull the photos and pictures directly off the drone into your computer. Do not do it on your phone. It's a pain in the ass, pardon my French. And make sure you have a full battery when you do it, because the only way to do it is you have to have a battery in, and then you got to plug it in, and then you can pull it off like that. So there's no way you can charge the battery and do it both at the same time. No, you have to, the battery has to be fully charged, and then you plug it into your computer, and then you do it. Every time I try to pull the videos off after I finish flying, the battery's less than 25%. And then especially when you do it on your phone, it takes long to pull the large video files off. And then the drone starts doing this annoying beeping sound because it's low battery, and it's very annoying. And so you never get to finish more than one video at a time. If you have a whole bunch of video footage, it'll take you forever to do it. So that's why I say just do yourself a favor. Either charge the battery first and then pull the video off, or plug it directly into your laptop and pull the video off that way. Because for some reason, it moves faster pulling it directly from the drone onto your laptop than it does on your phone. So, overall, it's a good drone. It's very fun to fly. Flies well for its size. It's uber fun. My kids love it. They like to chase it around and blah blah blah. I got plenty of pictures and stuff like that. They all love it. It's worth the money. I would say a lot of people would sit there and tell you have to choose between this and a Mini 2. They would get the Mini 2. Look, if you're into photography, and all that stuff, then sure, get the Mini 2. But I like this because I'm the average person, and I'm not going to be able to tell the difference between a super good picture and a good picture. If the picture looks good, the picture looks good. And I think the average person is going to look at it that way too. So I want a drone that's going to have more features. The Mini 2, the DJI Mini 2 doesn't have any obstacle avoidance. It doesn't have any of those bells and whistles that this drone has. Now, granted, like I said before, right out the box, the Mini 2 compared to this drone out the box is, miles above it. But as soon as you update the Zino Mini, then feature-wise and ability-wise, the Zino Mini blows the Mini 2 out of the water. And there's no update in the world that you can make the Mini 2 do to give you obstacle avoidance or active track or any of that type of stuff. Mini 2 just doesn't do any of that stuff. The Mini 2 is good at taking pictures and video. That's what it is. You're getting a DJI drone that's under the 250 grams, so that way you don't have to register with the FCC. That's going to take really good video and picture. If you're looking for an all-around drone that's under 250 grams that you don't have to register with the FCC, then you want the Hubsan Zino Mini. There is the Autel Evo, Autel Nano Plus. That's supposed to be a really good drone, and that's a sub 250 gram drone, but that drone is like $800. I don't know anyone about that life. Yeah, at that point, you might as well just get yourself a Air 2 or something like that, a DJI Air 2 if you're gonna pay that much money, So I just wanted to just give you, I know this video ran long. Like I said, I'm learning and I'm conveying information to as I learn it. And hopefully my videos will start getting more precise as I learn more about this stuff and start in film better. But hey, so if you stuck it out to this part of the video and you hung in this long, I thank you. I appreciate a thumbs up and a subscribe if you have. If not, I totally understand it. I am long-winded, and this video did run kind of long. But like I said, I'm learning, and so the only thing you can do when you learn and you get more experience, you only can get better, right? So each video should be better than the next. So if you want to go along for the ride with me, please, I welcome you, and hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Give me a comment. Tell me I'm long-winded. Tell me I talk too much. Give me some advice on what I could do for the next video to make it better. I welcome all those comments. I love talking to you guys. Head down there and check it out. And also head down there and check out some of them links. So like I said, the cables and all that stuff, I put those down there if you need some long cables to work with. So with that being said, I'm Nez, and this has been the official unboxing and review of the Hubsan Zino Mini Pro sub 250 gram drone. I will drop the links in the description to the current price. Definitely cop that. Definitely come back and check out the next video. And I'm out this piece.